All right, that should do it. Now I got to do that on every scene. Anyways, hey, yeah, I had to reboot my computer. Every time I do that, the microphone goes away. Yeah, I know, makes sense. Thank you, Windows. Anyways, let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Now I got to go to the new scene and then add the microphone and then go to the next scene and add a microphone. So hang on, be patient. All right, so that should work. Hey, good morning. My name is Wayne. I'll be your guide today. We'll conduct technical and fundamental analysis. We'll do some trade planning. I'll answer your questions and we'll call that a day. In the description below, you'll see a link to my book. You'll see a link to free training courses. You'll see a link to paid training courses. Yeah, $88. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, 88. Whoa. You'll see a link to tradersway.com, a trustworthy, ethical foreign exchange broker that earned my loyalty and respect. Perhaps if you open up a demo account and test them out, they'll earn your loyalty and respect as well. Let's get on with it. There we go. All right, here he is, and here we shall be. Where did my coffee go? Oh, there it is. All right. Burned. The first part is true. The second part is not true. It's backwards. Yes, that's why it's a reserve currency. But it doesn't cause war. It's a consequence of war. All right. So anywho, so far so good. Everything's still doing what it should be doing. We'll see if we get any follow through here. But we enjoyed this big drop down. Oh, I got to reboot my drawing tool. Hang on, I got to turn it off. I actually have to kill it on the task manager. Man, don't reboot your computer, man. Everything falls apart. Okay, end task. Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Epic. Rebooting. All right, let's try it this time. Boom, there we go. So we enjoyed that. That was a part of a plan that we set up on Thursday of last week. We asked for price to go up into this area and then drop like a ton of bricks, which it did. Thank you very much. And the idea after that was, I'm like, look, it doesn't have to, but we want it to come back. We don't know how far it's going to come back. We're going to have to use analysis. Okay. So burned, I think if that's someone's discussion, I mean, it's somewhat true. Yeah. Look, it's a reserve currency, burned. So when all else fails, you want to own the reserve currency. That's it. So it's the everything else failing idea. And so, yeah, in short, markets are not going down because the dollar's going up. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. That part I agree with. Yeah, for sure. So, looking at the follow-on trade for all of these dollar pairs is we want some sort of pullback. The first order that you want to consider is the sell zone. The second order that you want to consider is the distance between the 2155, meaning either the 21 or the 55. Not just in this case, all cases, right? Casey says it's an oil currency. Well, yes, it was chosen to be the reserve currency during Bretton Woods. It was chosen. Later on, in the years that OPEC was worried about working with the West, they looked at many other opportunities to price oil. Maybe oil should be priced in gold. Maybe it should be priced in some other European currency, maybe something, right? And they looked at a lot of different things, and nothing worked as well as the dollar. They spent over a decade looking for an alternative to pricing their product in dollars, but nothing was better. And, like the European currencies and now euro, it's just not a good mechanism for pricing oil because you got so many dozens of countries involved that euro has lost its potential for being a reserve currency, and that would probably have to reorganize itself. Yuan is not quite there. Okay. Gold isn't quite there. And so, yeah. But you said oil is an oil currency, which is a war currency, which is all coming to an end, so the future will be different. Okay. Anywho, going back to this, those were the two areas that we were looking for follow-on trades. Now, it was the day before yesterday that we had this conversation, and so the issue was, is it going to pull all the way back to this zone? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Probably not, or certainly maybe not, because this move that occurred here, which again, we set up days in advance, that's a fundamental move. So you'd need a fundamental reason for this to come all the way back. And more likely, it's more like down, wait for the rest of the world to catch up, and then maybe we continue mission. Taking a look at Kiwi. Kiwi's also very weak. And so far, all we've done is tested the daily 5 EMA. And it held. Now you might say, well, Wayne, it's more of a role reversal. Okay, whatever. To each his own. We're still saying roughly the same price, behaving exactly the same way. Right, Thiago. And of course, Thiago, in the swing trading group, it was either last week or the week before, I was talking about the two components of recession. The first one being priced in, which is based on valuation models. right? And the next one is, we'll say earnings. Oops, earnings. Okay. And that we haven't even started that. And so NASDAQ is going to be most sensitive to these changes. So it all fit into what we've been talking about. So anyways, Kiwi's weak. Although they had an improvement in their productivity, didn't they? So things went from horrible to less bad. Nonetheless, it wasn't enough to change that direction. Euro. Okay, not quite. Okay. I think, where was it? I can't remember. But anyways, we'll see what happens from here. The idea is like the other currencies, hopefully it makes lower lows, so you want to trap it. Maybe it'll do this. Okay, we're at parity right now, so it'll be time for something to happen. And then Pig Dog, another great short. If we go into the smaller time frame, you'll see what the trade plan was the other day. And that was sell in here. Then the price in Asia today was sell in here. And this is tomorrow's sell zone. So maybe, just maybe, it breaks the bottom. And you get a move like this. What do you think? Yeah, it seems reasonable. Okay. Euro kicking off its bottom. Let's remove this. Okay. And we will add this. And it'll be very interesting what happens. Remember, this is a buy zone with a 5-8 up on a 4H. So this is a critical zone here. Yeah, Alexander, if I'm a bear on euro and pound, yes. How can I contact you? Wayne at fxbootcamp.com. Okay, so anywho, we'll see how this goes. This is pretty critically important. I would move this up, and a breach of that could be even more significant. This is up to the Bank of Japan, not the ECB. And this is quite a contrast, and that's because the pound is so much weaker than the yen, or than the euro, I should say. Yeah, just give us a phone number. Okay. So again, this is showing that we're at support, so selling would be a bad idea. And that if you're a bull, you got to wait your turn because we don't have a 5-8 up right now because pound is so weak. Now, CAD is weak, and I'm surprised by that because we had a great entry and it's already retreated all the way back. But I would like to see this turn bullish, but what I like is irrelevant. So I'm going to sit and wait, but boy, that looks like it's currently a 5-8 kiss. Okay. So boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'd love to see some bullish engulfing candles here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Because this is a great carry trade. Canada has very high interest rates relative to everybody else. But of course, we expect the Fed to go even higher. We expect the Fed now to go, what, to 4.5? Remember, about 6 months ago, I was talking about when the Fed was at 5.25. Yeah. You guys might also remember about 1.5 years ago, I said money is the cheapest it will ever be in the rest of your lifetime. And that you should borrow as much cash as possible because the cost of money is going to go up very significantly. And I said, I did that. And interest rates now, if you were to get a 30-year mortgage, interest rates in the United States are over 6%. And that's not even for jumbo. And when I said that you could get money for less than 3, imagine you can borrow as much money as you're worth, and all you have to do is beat 3% a year and everything, and then your money is free. So pretty interesting. Interest rates are crazy high now. And we'll never see money that cheap ever again. We will never see money that cheap ever again. Remember, you could borrow money to buy a car for 0% financing, right? Like 0%. Money was free. Amazing. So I hope you leveraged up when the leverage was cheap. Buy some real assets with it, huh? All right. Double topped. And we're stuck in the middle, waiting. I think we're waiting for that Fed meeting, don't you stink? Yep. Okay. So they say, Sona, so they say. You'll notice that I'm out of all my yen pair longs. Huh? You can see I took profit on everything. Of course I did. Yeah, I have very few trades open now. Now let's take a look at commodities. Okay? This is when you're supposed to trade oil. There are several hours of power hours for oil. Anywho, very interesting. So we wrapped up the formal part of the oil trading course last night. And now, starting next week, we're just going to start trading, which is cool. Okay? But notice, I'm just going to point something out to that crew. Huh? Huh? You see it? Huh? I know, right? Knuckles. I just love it when you put together a PowerPoint presentation and then the next day, the real world behaves exactly like the model described last night. Just like, there it is, PowerPoint slide. Boom. Money. Cool. What was that? Strategy number 3, right? Strategy number 3. At the exact right time, with the exact right price behavior. Cha-ching. Yeah. Hey, you're welcome. And, right, let's go back. It's not big money, but where is that? 87.65. And where that's right. That's $1 so far. Cool. That's 1/3 of the cost of the course. Yeah, only 2 more to go. So anyways, I hope it works out. I mean, you never know. It could come back, of course. But Jeep said, yeah, I'm following your trading strategy number 3. And you're making money, right? Yeah. Right on, Mujib. You're watching it again? Darko's going to go back and watch it again. Yeah. Awesome. You're welcome. All right. That's that. Brent coming down, Natty coming down, gold coming down, Biddy coming down. Look at that, euro dollar at parity, Biddy at 20K. Majib says number 1. Well, number 3 is a methodology to really entering number 1. But the idea that if you don't know your bias on number 1, how do you decide, right? Then strategy number 2, again, is for those that can't form a bias, but can kind of clean up the mess at the end of the day. So anyhow, Anywho, I think that's it. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to cover. The Swiss franc has just been like, oh my God. Swiss franc crushing the Aussie. Unfortunately, Swiss franc is crushing the CAD, but notice this. That's the position open, and this is the position exit. So be careful with CAD Swissy. That's probably done. Again, I'm saying that because of my bullish bias on the CAD. Okay, pound Swissy even through the S2. Just destroying it. Okay. Kiwi Swissy through and through and through. Just destroying it. Just unbelievable. Euro Swissy, once again, perfect position move. This top predicts this bottom, and so far we're respecting that. But it also shows, even though the Swissy is destroying the euro is strong relative to the other currency pairs. Okay? How about this? Whoop. Okay? This, if those trends continue, then this will likely continue up. Remember, I did really well on this trade. I got knocked out 2 days ago, I think it was, for profit, obviously. And then USD Swiss franc. Look, they're both strong, Bubba. Okay. So again, unbelievable, wonderful trades going on. It's crazy. So today's Thursday. We're going to meet for the swing trading group today and plan out next week's trades, which is going to be fun because we got the FOMC meeting. And then on Friday, the oil trading crash course begins. So for those that are signing up for the crash course, the first series of videos unlock on Friday, and I highly recommend you knock them down. You got to knock them down. If you fall behind on your first day, you're going to be in serious trouble. So you got to be ready to knock down those first series of videos. And then at midnight Saturday, so 12 a.m. Saturday morning, Saturday lectures get unlocked. And I recommend getting an early start. So you might want to even do the first one at midnight and go to bed and then wake up early. Or wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, knock out a video, have breakfast, knock out a video, shower, put on some clothes, walk the dog. Okay? And then just start knocking out a couple more videos, take a break, watch another video, eat lunch. Saturday is a monster day, so you got to plan that out wisely. And then at midnight on Sunday morning, the rest of the videos are unlocked, and that's an easier day. So if you don't quite get through the Saturdays, let's say you're one short on Saturday, you could make it up on Sunday, but you certainly don't want to fall behind. No, it's not live. No, it's all. Yeah. No, it's the videos that we did. It's the lectures we did in the live course. Yes. So all I'm suggesting is It's coming like a tsunami of information. And it's a whirlwind. And you're going to find these lectures are no joke. Oh, you can rewatch them, but they come down on, by Monday, they're all gone. That's why it's a crash course. So you gotta do it, man. Take good notes. But you're going to find like they're no joke. They're absolutely, totally no joke videos. The amount of information and detail I'm very proud of. But if you want to watch them again and again and again, you should just sign up for the full course, which, for the last, 15 weeks, you're right, that was open to do. So you could still do it. But I did this for those that just didn't have the time or money. So yeah, so anyways, the link is in the description below. It's only $99. But you got to get it done. You can get the information, but you're going to still have to work for it, because that's a lot of really incredible information in a very short amount of time. Take good notes, and then boom, you got it. 3 days, you're going to get, I think it's 15 hours. Like, no joke, hardcore information. So, like, I think it was last week, steel casing hit an all-time high. And you're like, steel casing? So for those that went through the course, they know things like you have ground. Okay. That looks like water. Let me do that in brown, I guess. Is this brown? No, that's brown. Okay. And I'll put some grass on there. Okay. That's sort of greenish. Okay. Look, grass. Okay. There's earth. Okay, and an oil rig is about the size of a 10-story building. So we'll do it like this. Let's say that's the same size as a 10-story building. Amazing, right? And what you have to do is dig a hole this deep. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. That deep. And of course, as you drill, if you just drilled a hole, then all the groundwater and all the other stuff would just all seep into the hole and all that kind of stuff. So as you drill, you got to put in, right? You got to put in temporary piping. Then you got to pull the temporary piping in and then put in steel casing. And then when the steel casing is in, then you got to pump concrete down there that comes down and then up the sides, so that, right, that you have now a permanent well with solid steel all the way down, steel pipe, reinforced on the outside by concrete, so that you keep all the contaminants out, because you don't want this stuff to come out and go into the groundwater and stuff, right? So that steel casing now, as far as cost, has hit an all-time high. Okay? So you'll get a real sense of like how much effort and time and energy it takes to do that traditional well. And we go through step by step by step by step by step by step. You go through all the different parts and components of the rig, all the different parts and components of drilling the well, all the different stages. So believe it or not, you can be in Texas. There's no trees as far as you can see. You're just out in flat fields. And there's no trees as far as you can see. But at your well site, you'll have loggers. That's a logger. He's working on it. And you're like, what? Yeah. And you might not understand why there'd be a logger there if there's no trees. But that's just one of a series of experts involved in drilling. And then, of course, the next stage is, what if you sucked out all the oil, but the rest of the material was in a layer we call shale? And we used to not be able to do anything with it because you got down to the shale and you would only get 1 foot by 1 foot square of material that had oil in it. 1 foot by 1 foot, but it cost you $8 million to drill the hole. So you'd get like $30 worth of oil, but it cost you $8 million to get out of the ground, right? So you'll learn how Devon Oil figured out how to extract that shale oil. And so you'll become an expert step by step by step by step on fracking. This piece goes in, then that piece goes in, and this is what that does, and here's what the next step is, and here's where this goes. So I hope you love it, but it's intense because I've animated the whole thing too. Yeah. And you're like, oh, that's nice. Yeah, well, it cost me thousands of dollars just to do the PowerPoint presentations. So I think it's pretty good. Going back to here, whoop, whoop, whoop. We're getting closer and closer. So let me figure out where your targets are. So you're in at what? I can't quite see that. 87.50. Yeah, you're halfway there, huh? What time is it? Oh, but you're running out of time. I don't think you're going to hit the target in time. Okay, anywho, I'll leave you to that. I will see everybody in the swing trading group at 4 o'clock. And yeah, and by the way, for those that don't know, what I covered yesterday when I taught people how to trade oil, we talked about the very specific entry that people are excited about, but there's an exact time to get out as well. Yeah, there's a time to get out. Yeah, it's interesting. Time-based stuff. Oh, my neck. I better go before my neck seizes up again. Well, I love you, babe. This was real, but I got to jump. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Thank you for being part of this community, and thank you for all the hard work you put into it. And also thank you for your patience with me yesterday. I didn't do the morning seminar or live stream. I didn't do the day trading seminar. I did do the oil trading course, but I've really screwed up my neck and my back by overworking. And so I needed that time off. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination healed, but I'm much better than I was. And so I thank you for literally and figuratively, having my back. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh. Look at that candle. Anywho, so I'll say it one more time. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you at 4 p.m. if you're in the day trading group or swing trading group, and I'm looking forward to that. It's one of the highlights of my week. I look forward to our meeting. And we'll try to keep it under 4 hours today because I don't think I got 4 hours in my neck. Huh?